everything first anyway, so. Just make sure we're live. So if everybody can hashtag me live, I think we're now live just now. So let me know if we're definitely live. I'm just going to hashtag everybody in as well to make sure everybody knows that I'm live inside the group. So £57 down, 5 years strong. See how Carol did it. So lock down your weight for good and join our live tonight. So come on in, hashtag replay if you're watching this on replay, or hashtag live if you're watching this on live. I'll just wait a few seconds, Carol, before I do the introduction, so I can see people arriving into the group just now, so I can see people coming on live. So just give us a little hashtag live, people, or a hashtag replay if you're watching this on the catch up this evening. It just lets me know that we're not talking to ourselves. Let me see. Any comments? Any? 2 seconds. Jennifer, are we live? Yep, we're live. Okay, so going to do a quick introduction. So Carol, tell me a little bit about your story, what you were struggling with before coming on the journey 5 years ago, because you lost the weight and you've kept it off for 5 years. What's been your secret?
Just keeping going with the eating plan, the 5-point eating plan. Yeah, and just portion sizes as well. You pulled me up for that many's a time, and I'm sure I argued with you about it, but it definitely is the key. The two things, I think, go hand in hand.
Brilliant. So what were you struggling with 5 years ago? Let's wind back to January 2020. Like, what were you struggling with then? January 2020, what were you struggling with, and how was it impacting how you were feeling, and confidence, self-esteem, energy, confident, that kind of stuff?
Well, I'd put a lot of weight on and I wasn't happy, with myself, and I wanted to lose the weight. And I think, although I was going to the gym and everything, my eating maybe wasn't as good. I mean, I always eat quite well. I don't tend to eat sort of junk food or anything, but I think my portion sizes were too big, and I think there was a lot of things. And then I think as well, when I was quite busy at work, then I wasn't really looking after myself as well. And although I was going to the gym and things, I maybe wasn't doing things right,
So it was affecting your energy? Was it affecting your self-esteem? Was it affecting your confidence, how you looked in the mirror, your clothes, that kind of stuff?
A mirror? I never had any mirrors.
Wow.
No, and as you know, I hated getting my picture taken. I had no confidence really, and I mean, it affected everything really, because I was so miserable about my weight, So.
Okay. So let's talk about then because what you had tried. I know that we've done this 5 years ago. We kind of talked about what you had tried. What had you tried prior to meeting me 5 years ago in January 2020?
I think everything that was out there. I had tried Weight Watchers, Slimming World, Rosemary Connolly, and I had done that Lighter Life. I think I'd done everything, but it only works when you stay on it. And I didn't like some of the things. I think it was the Slimming World. I didn't like how you couldn't eat something like an avocado, but you could eat a cup of squashy foam bananas or something, I always remember being totally gobsmacked at that. You weren't allowed an avocado, but you could have these, or you could have pints of beer. Not that I drink beer, but I just thought that doesn't seem quite right to me, eating sugary sweets rather than like pieces of fruit and things. I just didn't get that.
So why weren't you able to sustain these approaches then, Carol, and keep them going? Like, why could you not stick to them, these methods that you've done before, the Lighter Lives, all the other diets that you've done? And yeah, on you go.
The Lighter Life, that was having 4 shakes a day. I don't know how many calories it was, 800 calories or something. I mean, really, who could sustain that? it wasn't good, and what was in them wasn't great either. So, and as soon as you stopped the shakes, you just put the weight back on again. So you weren't really dealing with the problem. You were just, building up problems later on. I mean, I got down, I lost loads of weight, and my weight came down again far, far too quickly. I lost, I think, 3.5 stone in 3 months. But that wasn't sustainable, you couldn't stick to that all the time. I was hungry, I was cold, I was miserable. So, yeah, it wasn't good. And the same with all the other things, Weight Watchers, Slimming World. I mean, I just think if they worked, people wouldn't be constantly going back to them, I mean, I know lots of friends that have been on them, and they seem to go for years and years. So I don't really think that's that great either,
And they're usually worse off than what they were when they published that.
Yeah, you end up gaining more weight, so I don't really think that they're very good either,
Yeah. So what was different about this? Because this is 5 years. You were here 2020, at the end of 2020 in December. You had lost over 40 pounds, if I remember correctly, at that time. What was different about this approach, and how have you been able to sustain it for five years?
Well, I think because you're eating your portions are smaller because that was a problem, but I think you're eating normal food, and you can eat anything you want. Although I'm sure you would have had something to say at my food diaries if it was bad. But I think it's just teaching you to just eat healthily and eat a bit less. So it's not really like you're on a diet as such, you're just healthy eating. So that made a big difference as well. And, well, as you know, I like going out for meals, and you can still do that, and you don't have to feel guilty about it and beat yourself up, Yeah, so I think, like, I've still led a normal life, without doing silly things like drinking shakes for 3 months. So, yeah.
Wow. I love what you've said, because you've mentioned portions now 5 times I've counted since we've got on this call tonight, and it's brilliant because it's funny, Carol, I've been whapping on to my clients all day about portion control. Portion control is the holy grail.
Mm-hmm. I think so, definitely.
And I like what you said about us arguing about, because it's funny, because I've been talking about baked potatoes this week. And I remember having an argument with you, Carol, when I said to you, you need to cut that baked potato in half.
Uh-huh.
And this week, when you submitted your diary, it was brilliant. You had 1/4 of a baked potato.
I mean,
yeah.
It was just a wee baked potato. I never had big, giant baked potatoes, So I think that's what we were arguing about. I had to go and get the potato and take a photo of it and everything. So, yeah, it wasn't a big, massive one.
But my point is that your portion control has been absolutely immense, and you're eating the 5-point eating plan, and eating little and often and regularly, and eating real food, like you've said. That is the key. There's no magic pill or recipe or secret potion or pill that any of my clients. Carol's not counting calories. She's not counting points. She's simply eating healthily, controlling her portions, and like she said, she likes her meals, so she can do it. You've had holidays. It's been 5 years. So tell me more about the results then, because now, how many pounds are we at just now? 57.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And
Wow.
I still want to lose a bit more. I've still got a wee bit to go.
It's a stone or something like that. 14 pounds.
Yeah. So I'm going to, keep going.
You see, right now with your diaries, Carol, right, and the fact that the needle's moving again and it's going down, and you've really dialed in your portions, really dialed. I think the pennies dropped. I am so confident you will get there.
Yeah.
I actually feel really confident that when was the last time you were this weight?
Oh, I mean, to be honest, I've been this weight quite a few times, but I never sustain it. you know, when I did Lighter Life, I got back down to, I mean, I was really happy with my weight. I was about a stone lighter than I am now, but, you know, it didn't last. I just put it back on again and more, you know. So, I mean, I think I've got there quite a few times, but it's been over a much quicker period as well. And I think that's another thing. I think because we've done it, like I've done it slowly, I think that maybe helps too. I mean, initially the weight came off, you know, quicker, but now it's sort of slowed down, but I'm still losing weight. So yeah, so I think that's, you know, quite good as well. It's not fast.
So it's not going back on again. Basically, that's
No,
like you're sustaining
no.
it for the long term. Because like before, you would 5 years ago you'd have lost that 40 pound, and by 2021 it would have been back on again, right? You
Uh,
know, you
yeah.
were in a constant cycle of it. And I know from our last conversation, you've done like everything. You've wore all the t-shirts. You'd go to the gym 100 times a week, and you
Mhm.
know, do all of that crazy stuff and starve yourself, and then you done all the all or nothing approaches, and this approaches. So what would you say to like people that are maybe watching this tonight, Carol, that like I've been in your shoes, I've been where you were 5 years ago. What would you say to them?
Well, I just think stop all these stupid diets and like Weight Watchers, Slimming World, and everything. I mean, if they worked, nobody would have to go back to them, but people go back to them all the time because they put the weight back on. And I don't actually think now it's that good for you losing weight, putting more back on and then losing it again. Whereas this way, like over the 5 years, I've just gradually lost weight and I haven't put it back on. And I hope I never put it back on, but I'm certainly going to try.
Well, it's been 5 years, so that's the proof in the pudding itself that you've
Mhm.
maintained it. So I can only see it coming down the way, Carol, like the direction. And to people watching this tonight, I love what you said, Carol. Stop doing stupid diets, but not even just the stupid diets, the complicated methods that people choose all
Aye.
the time, Carol,
Uh-huh.
promoting the calories. You've done calorie counting, no doubt, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Can you hear
Yes. Yes.
me? You've done that. I was what like, and it's see the thing is like there's a lot of I'm going to say it. There's loads of coach that promote it. I would say probably 99% of coaches you see online right now, they're promoting calorie counting,
Uh-huh.
and it's basically just a diet, isn't it? Right?
Yeah. Yep.
And I think the problem with that is that they're also promoting the wrong types of foods.
Mm-hmm.
So like a healthy snack is like a protein bar or a skinny bar or a protein pancakes. Like don't buy protein pancakes. Like if I bought protein pancakes, guess what I'm going to do with them, Carol? I'm going to eat them, right?
Aye. Yeah.
I seen somebody had a protein yogurt this week. It was like a
Oh,
coach, another coach, and he had this protein yogurt, and I was like, I actually told one of my clients off for eating that this week because I said, look at the ingredients.
uh-huh.
Just
Yeah.
strawberries and real milk. Like it's not like what a healthy snack: an apple, an orange, a banana, some nuts, a bit of cheese. Like eat real food. That's what I
Yeah.
say. Eat real food. So, is there any questions that people have got for Carol? Because we can see that this is possible to lose the weight and sustain it without having to give up all the things you like in life. Like Carol does have a social life, quite a good social life, and Carol likes her holidays and she likes to have alcohol. Not too much though. But again, you've just been posted. You've just kept, even on holiday, Carol. You've been eating healthily. You've stuck to this all year round for 5 years, and it's been sustainable for. So, is there any questions anybody's going to ask? I think everybody's quiet tonight. There's loads of people in, loads of people watching. Okay, so Carol, you've been a pleasure. Keep the momentum going. I look forward to maybe touching base with you in 5 years' time. 5 years' time and being at your target weight, and you're not that far away. I think you could probably do that in the next 6 months. You could be at your like aim for that summertime. That's what I would say. Aim to maintain over the next 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Bit of maintenance work. You could probably get maybe a little bit off maybe before the next 4 weeks is key. You know, you could probably drop another £2 or £3, maybe £4 maybe by Christmas, maintain over the Christmas period, then January to summer, boom, get the job done and get it finished, and then keep doing what you're doing. And I'll meet you up with you in 5 years' time. We'll do another live, be live again. Listen, it's been a pleasure. Thanks everybody for joining us tonight. Carol, take care, and thanks everybody for joining. Thanks, Carol. Thank you. Cheers,
Thank you. Bye.